Hi, this is Phil from Make Tech Easier, and welcome to How to Check Your Linux PC for Meltdown or Spectre vulnerability. One of the scariest realities of the Meltdown and Spectre vulnerabilities is just how widespread they are. Virtually every modern computer is affected in some way. The real question is, how exactly are you affected? Every system is at a different state of vulnerability depending on which software has and hasn't been patched. Since Meltdown and Spectre are both fairly new and things are moving quickly, it's not all that easy to tell what you need to look out for or what's been fixed on your system. There are a couple of tools available that can help. They're not perfect, but they can help you figure out what you need to know. Simple test. One of the top Linux kernel developers provided a simple way of checking the status of your system in regards to the Meltdown and Spectre vulnerabilities. This one is the easiest and the most concise, but it doesn't work on every system. Some distributions decided not to include support for this report. Even still, it's worth a shot to check. You should see output similar to what's on screen now. Chances are you'll see that at least one of the vulnerabilities remains unchecked on your system. This is especially true since Linux hasn't made any progress in mitigating Spectre version 1 yet. The script. If that method didn't work for you, or you want a more detailed report of your system, a developer has created a shell script that will check your system to see what exactly is susceptible to and what has been done to mitigate Meltdown and Spectre. In order to get the script, make sure you have Git installed on your system, and install it if you haven't, and then clone the scripts repository into a directory that you don't mind running it out of. Type the following, or you can cut and paste it from the description. It's not a large repository, so it should only take a few seconds to clone. When it's done, enter the newly created directory and run the provided script with the following, or cut and paste it from the description. You'll see a bunch of junk spit out into the terminal. Don't worry, it's not too hard to follow. First, the script checks your hardware, then it runs through the three vulnerabilities, Spectre version 1, Spectre version 2, and Meltdown. Each gets its own section. In between, the script tells you plainly whether you are vulnerable to each of the three. Each section provides you with a breakdown of potential mitigation or whether or not they have been applied. Here's where you need to exercise a bit of common sense. The determinations it gives might seem like they're in conflict. Do a bit of digging to see if the fixes that it says are applied actually do fully mitigate the problem or not. What this means. So, what's the takeaway? Most Linux systems have been patched against Meltdown. If you haven't updated yet for that, you should. Spectre version 1 is still a big problem, and not a lot of progress has been made there as of yet. Spectre version 2 will depend a lot on your distribution and what patches it's chosen to apply. Regardless of what either tool says, nothing is perfect. Do your research, stay on the lookout for information coming straight from the kernel and distribution developers. Okay, as always, thanks for watching, and please take a moment to like, subscribe and comment below. That's all for now, see you next time.